Hi, just a short video about, I've already made a video discussing transgender children, so-called, and I'll leave you the link to it under this video. It's quite a lot longer video than this, but this is a post that was shared on my Facebook today, and I've reshared it onto my own wall with this somewhat passionate response. But I do feel very strongly about this because it's a very, very serious issue. This, how our society is impacting on children. We need to start noticing it, because we are raising damaged adults. Okay, that is what this society is doing. It really is. People are suffering severe psychological problems, and children are growing up very, very confused. And so the case in point here is, like, for example, my niece, who from a very early age was judged a tomboy because she liked wearing boys' clothes and she liked playing football, and she's grown up, she's still a footballer, and she's training to be a coach, sports coach, okay, but she's not gay. Not at any point did any media turn up at her home photographing her and calling her a transgender, okay, and people talking about putting her on hormone suppressants as soon as puberty starts to kick in, and changing her name to Bob, okay. This is child abuse. Now, I'm not criticising this family at all, okay. I think that they're a really decent family, and they have allowed their child to wear girls' things and even dye his hair pink, and you know, they have supported his decision to wear girls' clothes and play with girls' toys and do all the things that little girls do, just as my niece's family supported her into football and accepted the fact that she was a tomboy, okay. But what is disturbing is the media attention, is the public's translation of this, that means that this child is therefore transgender, and that as soon as they hit puberty they should be getting hormones to suppress, you know, hormone treatment to stop them from becoming a female, you know, to stop him from becoming a male, okay. This is that we as a society need to look at this. This is an impact on children. Why is it that there are specific clothes for boy and girl children? Why can't children just wear flowery clothes or pretty clothes, no matter what their gender is? This child would then not have had that problem. This child would have enjoyed wearing his flowery shirts and his pink trousers and his frilly shirts or his frilly hats. What the problem is here is that we are imposing antiquated gender constructs onto the next generation, and some children are choosing not to. They don't want those things. They want to wear the opposite sex things, because it's a natural thing for kids. When you say to a child, oh no, you can't wear those, you're a boy. Oh, you can't wear those, no, you're a girl. No, you can't play with those toys, you're a boy. No, you can't play with those toys, you're a girl. No, I'm not buying you that, you'll turn gay. You know, this is absolute nonsense. And it is very, very, very serious. And it is actually, the whole story is covertly anti-gay, even though it seems to be promoting tolerance of homosexuality, but actually it is achieving the opposite, because people are watching this and they're saying, yeah, it's the influence of homosexuals, you know, they're turning our children gay because they're out there in the media and blah blah blah. And this is a very, very serious issue, and if that child gets put on hormone suppressant treatment before they hit before puberty properly starts to kick in, that is child abuse, because that child needs to be allowed to grow up, to experience puberty and make their own decision about whether they are homosexual or heterosexual, and they cannot know that until they've gone through puberty. Okay, they cannot know it, because what a child, according to this child, who's apparently the scary transgender person the media warned us about, but in fact the media are publicising, giving him mass publicity, okay, as far as he is concerned, at the moment, being female means wearing pretty dresses and dyeing his hair pink. When he grows up, he'll understand that being female is there's a lot more involved into being male or female than what clothes we wear. And in a world where women can wear trousers, men's suits, nobody's going to bat an eyelid, but oh, apparently a man wearing a skirt means that he's transgender. A man wearing, we've got MPs sitting around wearing flowery ties, flowery shirts. What is wrong with this world? There is something seriously wrong when people are talking about a child's decisions and then translating those as a sexual choice, and when a child is not a sexual being, okay? A child is not connected to their sexuality yet. They've got no hormones. So how can people say that this little boy, because he's chosen to wear girls' clothes, is therefore transgender? Imagine if they'd have done that. How many girls throughout the decades have been classed as tomboys? How many? Has there been a media fanfare about it? And in that sense, this is discrimination. This is discrimination. It is a form of sexual discrimination. That, oh yeah, well, girls can choose to dress up like boys and play football and all those kind of things, but it doesn't mean the transgender. But obviously, if a little boy decides to wear girls' clothes, that's major publicity. That's serious. He's transgender. And, I'd like to warn this family, who obviously believe that their child's choice in clothing and toys and accessories means that actually is homosexual. I'm sorry, it really doesn't. And I'd ask you to think very carefully before you put your child on, if that's what you're planning on doing, is putting him on hormone treatment as soon as puberty starts. I really would have a sit down with him and explain exactly what I've explained here, that being homosexual involves a lot of different things to wearing clothes, different clothes. And the media attention on this child really is a form of child abuse, because supposing that little boy grew up and hit puberty and then was actually straight, I've got absolutely nothing against homosexuality. I think people's sexuality is their personal thing, and it's nobody else's business, as long as they're not harming people, okay, as long as they're with consenting adults, and then that's up to them. That's nobody's business, okay? It is not my business if my bus driver is homosexual, or if the surgeon performing surgery on me is homosexual. I'm not going to ask no questions. If the nurse is homosexual or straight, these people work in our society. They work for us, okay? Nobody's asking questions. What does it matter if a child wants to wear pink? This is, like I say, a very, very serious issue, and this story highlights, it really does highlight the impact that these antiquated gender constructs are having on our children, these antiquated opinions and judgments about what a boy should wear and what a girl should wear. And, you know, as I say, the anti-gay movement seizes on stories like this as an example of, oh, look how homosexuals are influencing our children, they're turning everybody gay. What is creating the problem is our ridiculous judgments about men and women, okay, and about how it's perfectly reasonable for women to want, young girls to want to dress like boys, but oh, if a boy wants to dress like a girl, he's transgender. Make sure you get him on hormone treatments as soon as he hits puberty, and change his name to Rebecca. I am concerned. I am concerned because I'm concerned about other parents who have children who want, you know, their child wants to play with girls' toys or wants to wear a dress or girly things and have a girly bedroom. That children might see this and they might want to say, yeah, I want to wear pink and things like that, because of the way, you know, the mass media attention. And the media is actually damaging this child by giving him so much attention and putting this label transgender on him. That is child abuse. Nobody has a right to judge a child's sexuality before they have judged it for themselves. And as I say, choosing to wear pretty dresses and play with girls' toys is one thing. Being a homosexual is a completely different matter, okay? And that, as I say, I'm sorry, the media are responsible for this. This family need guidance, and I hope that they will sit and talk to their child and say, look, we think it's better if you go through puberty and you make your own mind up, and because we think that, yes, if you want to wear pretty dresses and things like that, you should be allowed to, but it doesn't mean to say that therefore when you get older you will be wanting to have sexual relations with men, okay? So that's all I've got to say, and thank you for listening. And, you know, again, hats off to this family who have stood by. They haven't repressed their child, because repression, that's even worse, that's even more damaging. So, you know, but to the media, I'm sorry media, you are guilty of child abuse here. This is child abuse. Everything the media has done to this family and the way they've presented his story, and the fact that they focused on this little boy but they've never focused on anybody like my niece. Thank goodness, because she would have been labelled transgender and probably, you know, a mum and dad being persuaded to inject her with hormone suppressants as soon as she hit puberty. This is serious.